forefront with the local leadership.
Sasa kama Agwambo amekubali tushirikiane, wewe ni nani hapa katikati kutuambia ya kwamba hatuwezi kushirikiana?
According to the local leadership, the deputy president was not interested in their presence, and that his tour might have come as an afterthought after he hosted the president and the former prime minister for lunch at his current home on Friday.
So if he's coming for development, I think he needs to engage with the leadership of those areas, those regions, even before he visits the regions, so that we highlight areas that we want addressed. He cannot address everything.
If I had gone there, maybe I would have been told to endorse the deputy president for 2022, and maybe I'm not ready for now to do that. So we saw now we'll be having conflicts on that kind of issue.
Well, those allied to the deputy president have accused opposition members of failing to embrace the March 9th handshake. Their rivals argue that the deputy president is using the goodwill of the handshake to advance his 2022 succession politics.
It tells you that Raila Odinga will be in the ballot in 2022, and he does not want his traditional ground to be taken, or anyone to make forays into his traditional ground.
Those projects would have gone on whether Ruto went to Homa Bay or he did not go. The Kanyadi-Ankpala Road is ongoing. Whether he went or he did not go, that project would still be ongoing.
He's the only one launching roads all over the country. So where is the minister for roads? He's the one launching electricity. Where is the minister for energy? He's the one launching dams and water. Where is the minister for water? Has all the ministries been collapsed into the office of the deputy president?
Those issues of bringing Kenyans together should not be used for a political mileage. For any individual, whether it is in the opposition or whether in the government, should not be used for a political mileage.
Ruto has been on a hunting spree at the coastal region that has seen the region's parliamentary caucus chair Suleiman Dori and Odinga's previously key loyalist Aisha Jumwa decamp to Ruto's camp.
Don't bring this campaign of 2022 and these kind of things into the issue of the handshake and working together. You know, this issue of every time people being told that we need to work together is a Kanu syndrome, all the Kanu, where unless you work with the government, you cannot get development in your area.
I am a finance expert. I am realistic enough to know that there is no money that is put somewhere for Ruto to give us goodies. As I see some of you media analyze that he went to Nyanza with a bag of goodies. I'm yet to know which are these bag of goodies.
It was morally wrong for the deputy head of state to be hosted by a governor whose moral integrity is questionable and is already in court.
As Ruto goes back to Nyanza region this Saturday, it is evident that the next battlefront is the fight for what has traditionally been perceived as Raila Odinga's political strongholds. Chris Dairu, KTN News.
Let's stay with these political developments, shall we? And it turns out that there will be no sabbatical leave for Raila Odinga from politics. This is a message from ODM chairman John Mbadi, what appears to be a contradiction to what the ODM leader said a day ago. Mbadi and Suna East MP Junet Mohammed have told KTN News the AU appointment will not stop Raila Odinga from engaging in local politics, adding that he remains the ODM party leader and will continue steering the Orange Party round the clock. KTN senior political affairs reporter Duncan Haimba interrogates.
Gentlemen of the fourth estate.
On Monday evening, November 5th, Raila Odinga spokesman Dennis Onyango issued a short statement titled Raila Odinga's AU appointment and local succession politics. Part of the statement read, and I quote, "To provide the required leadership in this critical area and in line with his previous pronouncements, Raila Odinga wishes to reiterate that he will not engage in Kenya's succession politics ahead of 2022. A few hours later, ODM party chairman John Mbadi and NASA chief whip in the National Assembly, Junet Mohammed, have emerged, saying for the ODM party leader, there is nothing like taking a sabbatical from active politics.
Raila Odinga still leads the Orange Democratic Movement Party as the party leader. And by the way, he is our presidential candidate unless and until he changes his mind otherwise, and unless and until the National Delegates Convention resolves otherwise. But as it is, he's the one who got our last ticket to run as the president of this country, and he still has it. We have not withdrawn it, and I would say without any fear or favor that Raila Odinga is around for a while.
But his main duty and calling is to his country, which is Kenya. So there is no way he can leave this country and abdicate his duties as our leader and go and work for other people outside the continent on permanent basis.
The two leaders have dismissed a push by some leaders for Raila to exit the local politics and concentrate on his continental assignment.
They are in for a root shock. The role that Raila has been given cannot stop him from playing local politics.
So if Odinga has stated his need for a break from active politics, why are his foot soldiers contradicting his statement?
The only thing we are opposed to as a party is these early campaigns for presidency. Yeah, that is what we are opposed to. That is what Raila is opposed to. That's why he's saying he's going to concentrate on his job at the AU for now. But when the period for politicking comes, the period for asking for votes, for either him to become the president or to support somebody else, then that is the time you'll see him on the ground and campaigning for that person or for himself.
Raila Odinga has been appointed by the African Union as its High Representative for Infrastructure Development in Africa and will now have his main office in Nairobi, besides his other offices in Ethiopia, South Africa, Nigeria and Egypt. Duncan Hemba, KTN News.
In other news, scores of Kenya Defence Forces soldiers were injured after a vehicle they were traveling in hit a private car that burst into flames at the notorious Kinungi Black Spot along the Nairobi-Nakuru highway. The officers were heading to Nakuru when the accident occurred. This coming just a few days after the National Transport and Safety Authority marked the highway as one of the most dangerous roads in the country. The officers are suspected to have been carrying high-caliber weapons, causing the highway to be closed down for close to 1 hour before their colleagues from the Gilgil barracks arrived at the scene.
Wakati nilikuwa ninapanda Kinungi, gari ya military ikatoka pande yake. Ile gari ya military ilikuwa inateremka pande ya Naivasha. So hii imetoka pande yake ya kuteremka na Naivasha, ikaskip ikakuja pande yangu, ikanigonga. Wakati imenigonga gari kalipuka, ikatoka moto, but eventually nimetoka nikiwa hai na ninashukuru Mungu kwa sababu you can see I'm okay.
Kuangalia kulikuwa na dereva alikuwa ameweka suti hapo ndani. Haraka akawa wa kujiokoa akatoka haraka. Alafu dakika anapotoka gari ilikuwa imeshika moto, tukakuja tumesema dulu, tunajaribu kumwambia toka haraka na yeye akajitoa haraka, Mungu akamuokoa. Alafu mapolisi wameumia na wakaendelea na gari zao na wakapelekwa hosi.
Let's take you to the county of Mombasa now, where a family in Soweto Estate is mourning the death of their loved one after he was allegedly attacked by members of a criminal gang 2 days ago. Residents are now living in fear as the county police boss says they have increased police patrols in the area. Our Francis Mtalaki reports from Mombasa.
Mary Wanjiku Kinuthia cannot come to terms with the sudden death of her husband, who was attacked by members of a criminal gang 2 days ago in Soweto Kazandani area in Mombasa.
Kufika hapo bwanangu amebebwa, amepigwa mashoka, amekanyagwa marugu, ya gharama, ya toa damu kama buzi.
Mary is not alone in the village. Over the last 1 month, 4 persons are said to have lost their lives while 11 others injured as a result of the criminal operations of the gang, which have rained terror on residents and left a trail of destruction. Zawadi Katana lost her husband, and a neighbor to Mary Kinuthia, who also lost her husband.
Nina watoto watatu, wanahitaji sina kazi mimi. Mwanangu ndiye alikuwa tarajia maisha yangu yote.
Maisha yamekuwa magumu sana. Kwa sababu mimi mwenyewe Kazi yangu ni vibanda, nauza tu mnazi. Na bado ukija polisi bado watakufuata hapo hapo. Nao wauni bado watakufuata hapo hapo.
Mombasa County Police Boss Johnston Ipara says police have increased patrol in Soweto, warning the criminal gangs that their days are numbered.
Kuna wa nje na kuna wale wa hapa ambao wanawatembeza wakiwaonyesha, kwa sababu hawezi kujua vichochoro kama ni watu wa mbali.
Imekuwa sasa waume ni kuuliwa, wanawake ni kupigwa. Hatuelewi ni nini kinaendelea.
There are no security lights here. Yet we have leaders here, we have MCAs and all the manners, but they're not doing enough.
Hivi watu tujui tuwalindwa na Nyali, ni Bamburi, ni Dock Section ama ni Kiembeni.
But according to the residents, the attackers have changed tactic, a scenario that led to a police officer shooting a colleague yesterday.
Na anakuja na jina la kusema yeye ni polisi. Sasa kitu yenye inatuchanganya zaidi ni kuwa hatuwezi elewa sasa ni polisi ni upi. Maana kama mtu yuaja amevaa uniform kuonesha kuwa yeye ni polisi. Kitu kingine amebeba bunduki. Kitu kingine amebeba nyaonyo. Kitu kingine ako na rungu, ambacho zile vitu zote polisi still wako nazo.
Hatuna uhakika ni afisa wa polisi ama ni uhalifu, maana wao wanakuja mfumo wa polisi.
Ametokea pale na amevaa nguo za polisi. Sio utajua ni polisi. Akikwambia lala chini na ana bunduki utafanya nini? Huna jiwe, huna lolote. Sitabidi ulale chini afanye kazi yake.
Yeyote atakayepatikana akibeba jina kwamba yeye ni polisi na hali si polisi, atachukuliwa hatua kali sana.
A change in tactic by the criminal gangs has caused tension and confusion in this area. Residents want the security apparatus to up their game. Francis Mtalaki, KTN News, Soweto, Mombasa County.
Debate on the Health Laws Amendment Bill of 2018, which among other issues seeks to regulate purchase and distribution of drugs, was today afternoon indefinitely postponed hours after Health Cabinet Secretary Cicely Kariuki and the Health Committee of the National Assembly differed on key clauses of the bill. Among the contentious clauses in the bill is whether sale of drugs on wholesale should be a reserve of university degree holders or whether this should also